Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us right here on Tejano Time Podcast. I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. It is a Tejano Thursday, and we got a great show lined up for you this evening. That's right, and it's a special Thursday show, a special edition here, special episode, should I say. And I would like to welcome to the show here to Tejano Time Podcast, Jennifer Lynn. I know a lot of you guys here in H-Town are familiar with her and whatnot. She's got a great history here in the city, and we're going to get to all that, and we're going to talk about Jennifer. Welcome right here to Houston's Tejano Hits and also Tejano Time Podcast.
Oh, well, thank you for having me today.
Yes, it's our pleasure to have you here on the show. We definitely and we're streaming it live also también on Tejano TV. So all our audience out there that's viewing on our Roku channel there with the Tejano TV, thank you guys for tuning in as well. If you're watching right now, share the live wherever you may be watching from. Again, Jennifer Lynn is my guest tonight, and we all know her from a great production that, or yeah, well, I would say production, but I mean, she's got a great thing here going on in H Town in Houston. She's got many titles, should I say? All right, so it's not just
Yes.
one, not two, but she's got a book, guys. So, and it's great. It's great, to get to know you and a lot of things that you do for the Tejano music scene here in Houston, Texas. So, again, from a figure in promoting Tejano music, specifically not just, for males, but a lot of females. You focus a lot on that. And we're going to dive deep into that as well during this episode right here with Jennifer Lynn. So what initially inspired you to create Noche Tejana? For you out there, the guys that are watching right now, Noche Tejana is a great deal that she puts together here in H-Town. And it's been, how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing it roughly about 5 years. And the reason why I started doing it was because I used to play with a band called Kings One. They were original members of the Cumbia Kings. So after the Cumbia Kings, they split and went their own ways. They formed their own bands. Years later, I joined Alex Ramirez in his band, and I saw how hard it was for a trumpet female player. And I remember I was doing a gig once. I was on stage, and this lady came up to me and says, "Finally, I get to see a female on stage," And it kind of like threw me off because I was like, "Well, don't you always see females on stage?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, "Wow, okay." So here I am playing, this cumbia style music written by, our legends here in our industry. And I'm thinking like, and you don't see females? Like, that's pretty odd. So then when I kind of stopped from doing that, I started helping Monica Pena with a radio station here in Houston back in 2017. And she was the program director, and I was running sales, or I was helping run sales. And people were looking at us like, "Well, y'all are two females. Y'all don't know what y'all are doing." And I was like, "Well, yeah, we do. Like, just because we're females doesn't mean we can't do nothing." So then that kind of disappeared and did its thing. And then I started realizing, a lot of people were coming up to me and saying, "We're females, and where's our spot in the industry? How do we get recognized? How do we get this and how do we get that?" And I've even played with a lot of female artists in their bands, and they were like, "Well, I'm a female and I never get recognized, or I never get a call to Hannah."
Mm-hmm. I think
that was my main goal, because I didn't see DJs that were so females that were running sound. I didn't see female DJs. I didn't see female promoters. I didn't see producers that were females, and it was very hard for people that were females getting into the industry. So I started Noche Tejana, and I started it with the purpose of, how can I help create a platform for us females, and plus the fact, because I have two legends that are been in the Tejano music industry for over 40 plus years. And I remember as a kid going into these hole in the wall nightclubs. And I remember thinking like, how can I bring the Tejano music into a better platform?
Okay, guys, we just lost her right now. We just lost her. I think she was having a bad connection, but we're going to try to get her back here in just a few. Try to get her back on here to the show for sure. And again, if you were just joining us right now, guys, stick around. We're going to try to get her back on here in just a few. She's again, it's probably just a bad connection. We'll have her log back in uh, and get her back here on the show for sure. Um, she's got a lot to talk about for sure. There's no doubt about that. We've got a lot of stuff that we'd like to dig in and deep into from our perspective. Here on the Tejano side, what she's doing for the industry and whatnot. So hopefully, okay, there we
Internet
go. There we
connection.
go.
There you
Let
go.
me see if we can get her there.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, we kind of had like a little low connection. I believe you're on Wi-Fi right now. Is that what you're on right
Yes,
now? Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
I am.
Yeah, so it's probably what we have. It's I know there's some bad weather running through the city right now as well, so that could be playing a part. But hey, we're back and she's with us again. So
Yes.
yeah, go ahead and carry on with what you were talking about. I'm sorry, and we
No,
apologize for you
you're
guys out there that are watching as well.
Yeah. Okay. So real quick. So when I started Noche Tejana, I started with the goal mind of trying to put these women on a platform, and not
Hmm.
just women, but Tejana music in general, but more for females because I was stating earlier. I've had a lot of females was like, because I'm a female, I didn't get this gig. I'm a female, I can't run sound. I'm a female, I can't be a DJ. I'm a female, I can't be a promoter. I can't be a producer, and stuff like that. And I was just thinking to myself, well, that's a true statement because I've been in their shoes before. So when I started networking, never in my mind did I cross that I was going to put Tejano music at the House of Blues Foundation Room, the Peacock Room, and then more or less the Miller Outdoor Theater. And I was like in
Right.
shock because I was thinking, I remember when I was a kid having two legends in my family that were pretty much legends in the Tejano music industry, and they've been doing it for 40 plus years. And I remember going to hole in the wall nightclubs thinking, this is not where I want to put Tejano music on. I want to put them in a better platform. So I did.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of hard work. It was a lot of networking. But I put Tejano music at the House of Blues, Foundation Room, the Peacock Room, and the Miller Outdoor Theater. And I have other places that are very similar to those effects
Hmm.
that want me to put Tejano music there. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you that as well because what you've got going on right now with a lot of great things is amazing, amazing what you do. So we definitely appreciate all the hard work and effort, and it's not easy putting these things together, and I'm sure Jennifer can tell you guys all about that too. It's kind of tough. But what was your vision for Noche Tejana when you first conceived it? Uh, I mean, how has that vision evolved over time? Should I say?
When I first started it, I wanted to see how much people would appreciate and
Hmm.
how much people would understand. Like, this is not like, sorry to say it, but it's not some hole in the one nightclub
Right.
somewhere here in Pasadena or something. It's a nicer place, and I want to see what people's opinions are and what people think. When I first did it, I had this one lady that came up to me, and she was an elderly lady. She must have been like, I don't know, her 70s. And she was like, oh, I love the atmosphere. I get to eat a nice, elegant dinner or have an hors d'oeuvre or have an appetizer while I'm sipping on this nice glass of wine. And I get to
Right.
listen to my favorite music. And that was at the House of Blues. And I was thinking, like, that's pretty cool. She goes, can you do this again? And I was like,
Yeah.
I can sure try. So that was my
And
main thing. That's my
yeah,
goal.
of course, and you did it again, and you've done it over and
Yes.
over several times. And again, you have an event coming up this weekend also that we're going to touch on as well because that's one of the main reasons
Okay.
you're here, También, because we definitely want to talk about that, and you do a lot for the upcoming artist as well. So that's great, to hear that. Coming, from a female side, there's a lot of youngsters out there. There's a lot of young talent, should I say, a lot of young female artists out there that are in the industry. And again, going back to what you were, piggybacking off what you were saying earlier about a female DJ, a female promoter, a female musician, or vocalist and whatnot. At one time that it was a male. It was at one time, and they still continue to say that it is. But I personally don't believe that. There's so many very, very talented females out there right now that are getting recognition where they need and where they deserve. And some radio stations, not all. I mean, don't get me wrong. Not everybody's doing their part, but it's tough. It's still a hard pill to swallow when you look at it that way. You know what I mean? Because there's so much talent out there. And
Correct.
what you do for those artists, like the same thing we do here as well. We try to bring a lot of the new artists on here, whether it be male or female, to give them that platform to shine, to show what they have, going for. That's the only way we're going to grow, and you know that,
That's
and
right.
it's yes, definitely. So, personally, what does Noche Tejana mean to you, Jennifer?
It means keeping it Tejana. It means trying to grow Tejano music into a better platform to show the world that hey, there's other styles of Latin music, but we're still here. We're not dead. Ha ha ha.
Exactly.
And we're
Yeah.
still yes, because I remember growing up listening to Tejano music in the 80s, showing my age, huh? And then all the way until the 90s. And then 2000s came and people were like, oh, Tejano music dead. Y'all never coming back. I'm like, nope, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make something. So, yes,
Yeah, and you 3 months ago, you also had a great show. If I can remember what. Okay, voces y recuerdos, correct?
yes,
And you did that
yes,
at the
correct.
Miller Outdoor Theater, which was
Yes,
huge. For you,
yes, yes,
going from the House of Blues. Not that that's a bad venue; it's a great venue. But you just wanted to do something different and take it outdoors and whatnot, and you had some great talented artists on the card as well, and it was a successful event.
yes. I had Magali de Rosa, Stephanie Mortel. I had I'm trying to think. Beatriz Gonzalez. I had Destiny Novita with her brother and her dad. So the Novitas. And
Hmm.
her dad was amazing. Oh, I love her dad. Her dad's a little sweetheart.
It's
He's too
awesome.
funny too. Yes. Who else? And I think that was and then I had Monica Trevino, and I had the whole band. I had a whole house band. So I want to say thank you to Monica Trevino because she's basically she does a lot of Selena covers. That's how she started, and then she eventually grew her band, and now she has this big huge band. And so when I found out about her years ago, I started using her. And so for Miller, I used her and her band. I had I had the guitar player, the bass player, the drummer, the percussionist, two backup vocalists. I had a three horn section, two trumpets, and a saxophone. And I had one keyboard player, one accordion player. I had Julian from Fiebre come out and play
Fiebre.
accordion for us. Yep. And then I had Nacho on keyboards. I mean, I had legends on that stage, and everybody was just like, "Woo, yay!" It was amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I know we've watched some footage on that, some video clips here and there, whatnot, from performances from some of the artists. I mean, it was outstanding. So again, props to you for all you do, for the industry right there. So tell me a little bit about what were some of the biggest challenges for you, Jennifer, that you have faced getting Noche Tejana off the ground.
One of the things that I've had people tell me was, "Well, I can't give you money," because I know how it works. I know a lot of promoters. They pay out of pocket. They go to a nightclub or they go somewhere and they say, "Hey, I would like to put so and so on this platform. I can bring the Honda music to your place." Okay, fine. And then you either get paid by the bar or you get paid by the door, or you get
Yeah.
half commission. You get either half bar and half door, and then the owner gets whatever. And I don't like working that way. I like to ask for a budget. So if you can give me per se a $5,000 budget, I can work with that. And that's the hard part that I get. I get people that want Tejano music, but they're willing to give me either really cheap prices like $400. I'm like, I can't do anything with $400. I can barely get Destiny Novita for 400. Why am I going to get somebody, for 400?
Yeah.
I'm not going to. But then I get people that are like, well, I can give you this much money, but I can't give you that. Or I don't pay anybody. They make their own money by doing tickets at the door, and that's how you make your money. And I'm like, I get it, but I'm trying to I'm trying to.
We'll give it another connection there that we lost. We might have lost you. Might have, I'm hoping that we can get her back on there. It's just a bad connection right now, but we can see if we can get her back on stage here in just a few minutes, guys. And let me see what we got here right now. So, we got Luis Garcia tuned into the show. We also have Gilbert Zamora as well. Thank you so much, Gilbert, for tuning in as well. And Olivia Jimenez. Good evening, Keith and Jennifer. We can try to get her back on here right quick because we did lose her once again. So we'll get her back here again, guys. And again, she is doing a fantastic job here in the city of Houston on organizing these events and bringing them to a venue, within the city here, so that you guys can have some Tejano music to go and check out. Again, she is a founder of Noche Tejana right here in Houston. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that name, but remember it because it's something that's here and it's something that's going to continue to go. Move forward, basically, and so hopefully we can get her back on here within a few minutes here. I'm not sure if she's checking out there. Lupe Longoria Munoz, hope all is well. Keith, everything is fantastic on my end right now. Hope you guys are well as well. Thank you so much right there, Lupe Longoria Munoz, and it's the Sunflower from hottejano.com. Thank you guys for tuning into the show as well. And we can try to get my guest back on here again, Jennifer Lynn, here in just a few more minutes. And she's got another great event coming up this weekend here in Houston, guys. A lot of artists that are up and coming stars that is going to be on the card for this weekend. I believe it's an afternoon event Saturday, so we'll talk about that. I want her to get back on so she has an opportunity to talk about the event that she's got coming up this weekend as well, and more events I'm sure she has planned for the year to close out the year. Maybe another one during the summer. Who knows? But hopefully we can get her back on here in just a bit. She's probably just checking her connection or maybe getting back on with internet issues. You know what I mean? So in her area. So again, there's some bad weather, different parts here of the city of Houston. So hopefully we can get there. Let's see. On Saturday, I believe I will probably make an appearance there. I'm sure I'm going to be there. I just spoke about that earlier today. So Olivia, thank you so much. Here she goes. Here she goes. All right. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Wonderful. Okay, we got her back on, guys. So,
Okay, hold on one
yes.
second.
Sure,
Give
no
me.
problem. Take
Okay,
your
can you
time.
hear me now?
Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you.
I don't hear you.
You don't hear me? Are you on your phone or are you on a computer?
Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay, well, she can't hear me, right?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't hear you.
You don't hear me. Okay,
How come I can't hear you?
that's kind of weird. That's
I don't hear nothing.
yeah.
Let's see. Auto.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she did there, but
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you, but you can't hear me.
Okay.
Maybe
I can barely hear you. You're like far.
Relog
Okay, I
in
can
if
hear
you
you.
can. Now you can hear me now. No.
Oh yes, now I can hear you.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Sorry about that. I think we
you're
lost
good.
connection somewhere.
And it happens. So again, yeah,
Yeah.
I was talking a little bit about the event that you got coming up this weekend. But again, we're going to touch on it because there's a lot of people out there that are commenting as well. So us them. Let's see. She's Olivia Jimenez, who will be there this weekend on Saturday. So yes, Olivia. Hope to see you as well. Joaquin Chavez, the Conjunto Boys are tuned in as well. Saludos, Joaquin. And Olivia, again, is out there tuned in. Thank you so much, guys. Share the live. Once again, my guest tonight is Jennifer Lynn here, okay? So she is the she is the founder of Noche Tejana, which we are talking about right now. And again, she's got many, many titles, okay? And they're not just titles. These are things that she has accomplished and she's done, and she's living them right now. We want to talk a little bit about that as well. So your very first Noche Tejana, Jennifer, describe
Yes.
that event right there. How was that experience for you?
It was the most amazing experience because when you get somebody like Destiny Novita, Magali de la Rosa, Madison Polido, Carolyn Rodriguez, again, Carolyn's not Tejano music, but I wanted to make sure, because this is my first time doing it, that I had enough people to fill up. And then I
Right.
had Beatriz Gonzalez. Who else? And I think that was it. My main goals were for Magali, Destiny, and Madison. And I put Madison on there, her being an up and coming artist. She had just came out with her first CD, her first album. And then of course Destiny had been doing this for years, and so did Magali. So I wanted to put somebody new with somebody that
Mhm.
was kind of in the middle, and then someone that's been doing this since they were a kid because of their
Right.
dad and their uncle. And so when I did that, oh man, it was packed. I filled it up. Over 300 people came in, and I mean, it does in a capacity of about 300 people at the foundation room. So I had way over 300 people, and I was like, wow, this is nice.
Yeah. So were there any specific mentors, in the or community members, who supported you when you were starting to kick things off?
Actually, to be honest with you, I didn't have any. And that's the
No.
sad part.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't. The only people that I had were people that were outside of the industry. And I remember talking to this lady. Her name is Grace Chavez. She's from the city of Houston, or she used to work for the city of Houston. And it's funny because I was talking to somebody, talking to a friend of mine. He's like, "Well, I didn't know the city of Houston needed a music revisory board." And I was like, I guess we do. So she was the
Hmm.
one that started the music advisory board here in Houston. And she was working under the city of Houston when we had our last mayor. And she was like, this is what I do for a living. I help grow Houston to become the next big music scene. She goes, I'm here to help
Hmm.
you. And that's really, I mean, it was her, it was my cousin Athena, um, and then another girl named Elva Trevino. And they're the ones that have been sitting there, pushing me and getting me going. And they're
Yeah.
like, hey, I want you to network with this person. I want you to meet with this person. And it's been a challenge, but uh, it's kind of interesting that somebody from outside the industry wants to help me, not somebody
Right.
from in the industry.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, and a female at that. You know what I mean? And it, like you said, you had
Exactly.
no supporters from the get
No.
go at all, and that's a pretty sad situation there to kick things off. Where nobody wanted to come in to help get it off the ground. You had a
Right.
few, and there were a few people that reached out to you, like you said, but it wasn't very many at all. Which but
No.
now it's a bit different now, I'm sure, for you going forward. You're
Right.
starting to grow Noche Tejana, which is amazing. Props to you on that. Congratulations on that point. We want to send a big shout out right quick to Mr. Jim Luna, who's also tuned in as well. Jim Luna is watching the show. Thank you, Jim. Sunflower Rodriguez. Hello, Mr. Luna. She's watching as well. We Athena is amazing as well. That's what Olivia says there. So yeah, so she's
Yes, yes.
watching the show. Amazing. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in right here to the Hello Time podcast. Share the live if you're watching wherever you may be. Okay, as they, she's got an event coming up this weekend. Again, it's an amazing thing that you're doing right now for the community, for Tejano music, for young talented artists that want to get recognized, in the industry. Um, so I guess I would have to say right now, let's talk about that event that you got coming up right here this weekend. It's another event that you have aside to Noche Tejana, correct?
Yes, correct.
And you're
So this
go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead. This event
Okay,
that
so
you
this
have right here is a name. Just give me the name of your event this weekend, so we'll know.
Yeah,
So
so
people
this
can.
weekend we're doing something that's called Make Music Day. Make Music Day was started in the country of France, and everybody started realizing what France was doing, and they picked it up and they incorporated it in their own city, state, town, or whatever
Hmm.
country. And so, in here in the United States, we started doing it too. And so, it's not just a Houston thing; it's a
Right.
worldwide thing. So everybody that plays some type of music, whether you're barely learning and you want to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, you can play like top songs like you're like a pro at this. So this is what this is all about, starting from 8 a.m. until 11 o'clock at night. And it's all over around the world. And everybody does music all at whatever time, any place you want to do. You can do it in your backyard. You can do it in a rehearsal studio. You can do it in your own
Mhm.
house. You can do it at a park. And it can be any style of music. It doesn't have to be Tejano music. But I've been told that I need to start doing something for Make Music Day Tejano style. So I said,
Yeah.
oh, got it. So I had a guy that reached out to me and says, I would like to host you. So I put him down as my host. I got the artists that are coming in. It's all females, one male. And it's going to represent not just Tejano music, but Tejano music in the city of Houston for Make Music
Mhm.
Day. And I've even had the main person that hosts this Make Music Day, like I guess the founder of Make Music Day, they shared my posts and what I've been doing. And I thought that was pretty awesome because
Pretty
they have
awesome.
sponsors like, yeah, they have sponsors like NAM and Yamaha and all these other major music companies that they're sponsored by. And they
Mhm.
shared my post. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, yes, definitely amazing. Amazing. And check this out right here. Make Music Day, guys, right here in Houston, Texas this weekend. I believe it's, 18 and up only this Saturday between the hours of 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Okay. And this is, what is it? Henke and Pilot? It's a late
Yes,
night
yes,
kitchen. Okay.
yes. Late
809
night kick.
Congress. Yes. So the address is there for you guys. So it's a free live Tejano music. I mean, it's free. Go out there and check it out, and don't forget to join the kitchen there, late night kitchen as well. But 809 Congress Street, right here in Houston. All right, and again, she put this event, together, organizing it with the bands that she's got, the groups that she's got going out there to sing a little songs, sing some segments there for you guys, or a set, you know what I mean, of a song, or two or three. You never know what you're going to get, how it turns out, and I'm sure it's going to be a great event as well. But you got some great artists on there
Oh my
that are going to
gosh.
be out there this weekend. Tell me a little bit about what you got on the menu there. I think we lost her again. Yes, it's happening. I don't know what's going on, but we'll see if we can get her back on the screen, guys, here in just a bit. She's gonna have to re-log back in, I think, because I believe she just froze. But yes, guys, check this out. Um, this is the flyer again, once again, for this weekend. Okay, 809 Congress Street, right here in Houston, this weekend. Free live Tejano music. All right, 18 up only. Don't miss it. Between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Henkin Pilot, a late night kitchen there. Right here, it's a Make Music Day, Houston, June 21st. This weekend, guys. This weekend, Saturday. So we want you guys to be a part of it. Come out and join us. I believe I'm going to be out there as well. I'm going to probably make an appearance out there to say hello to everyone. Why not go out there and enjoy some music while you can? These are up and coming artists that are going to be out there. And she's got the information. I want her to tell you all about what she's got on the card. So I'm going to let her get back on here in just a few minutes as well. And she's got a lot of a great, how do you say it? Well, artist for one, but she's got a lot of great talent of what she does right now. She's also a musician, guys, as well. So if you guys are still watching the show, stay tuned right here. We're going to get to cover that as well as soon as she gets back in here as well. And again, I don't know if she's going to make it back in. I'm hoping she does. So she's probably having to try to relog back in. But let me see. We got some more. Okay, there she goes. Let me see if we can get her back in here and get her back on right quick. Yes, Olivia, she definitely does do an amazing job as well. And a big shout out going on to Celeste Escobar. Hello, everyone, she says. She's watching the show as well. Thank you so much. And she'll be on the show Monday night right here as well. Next week on Monday, the Tejano Time podcast. So be on the lookout for that as well. So I see Jennifer's there. She is. There she is. All right. Let me get. Are you there, Jennifer?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
There you go. Sorry.
Great. Great.
Yes, I
No,
can hear you.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
Awesome.
So yeah, we were going to give. I was going to give the rundown, but I want you to do that because this is your event, and that's what you're on the show for, is to talk about it. Some of the artists that you have this weekend coming up between the hours of 2 and 8 p.m. Fill them in on what you got.
Uh, okay, so I do have Monica Trevino. She's coming out. I have Esmeralda Garcia, and then I have Bianca Re, Re,
Bianca Reese,
yeah, Bianca Reese, and then I have
Celeste
Celeste
Escobar. Yeah, Celeste
Escobar.
Escobar. Hmm.
Yes, yes, and then I have the most famous of all, Peter Espinosa.
Wonderful, wonderful, great, talented guy right there as well. Very humble dude.
Yes,
So yes, so that's going to be amazing. Pete Espinosa is going to be out there to sing a couple songs as well. And right here on the screen, guys, Celeste Escobar. That's she's gonna be on there as well. Bianca Reese as well going to be there. So make plans, guys, to go out there and check out this great event. Okay, happening this weekend between 2 and 8 p.m. 809 Congress Street, once again, guys. We want you to be a part of it, so make plans to go out there and check things out. And Jennifer, again, is my guest here on Tejano Time tonight. We're talking about all the great stuff that she's got going on right now. And Jennifer, you're no stranger to music as well, okay? You're
right.
a musician at that. Tell me a little bit about how you got involved to play the trumpet. And do you play any other instruments besides the trumpet?
Yeah, so I play roughly about 15 different instruments.
Wow.
I went to school to try to study music. So that's basically what I did.
Great.
So I play the trumpet, the trombone, the French horn, the tuba, the euphonium, handbells, ha ha ha, the organ, the piano, the keyboard, the recorder, vocals, Latin percussion, anything else. That's probably it. That's 10, 11, 12. Oh, a little bit of guitar, the ukulele, and yeah, I think that's it. I don't know what else. I have to think about that.
Wow, wow. And you've played with some great artists in your time. You spoke about that in the beginning of the
Yeah,
show. Um, Again, some great artists that are still out there doing their thing right now to this day, and that's just amazing. And so, tell me a little bit about the currently right now. Who are you performing with when you do?
right now, I'm helping out Pete Espinosa, and I'm also helping out Magali de la Rosa. So those are the two artists I'm currently helping out with. And then every once in a while, I'll help with Monica Trevino. She's based here in Houston, Texas.
Okay, okay, wonderful, wonderful. That's amazing. So she's got I mean, on top of what she does here with the events with Noche Tejana and another one coming up this weekend, also does a little bit of that. And you are also, um, should I say, you have a choir that you're participating in, or you are the owner of, I had that right in the
Oh,
back of
yes,
my head.
it's a brass ensemble. Yes, so
Yes.
I have a brass ensemble. It's based of two trumpets, a trombone, a tuba, and a French horn. And I've gotten lucky that it was just on an accident. I was doing an event while I was performing for ex-Senator Ted Pohl. He used to be a senator here in Houston or in Texas, and he was doing a veterans event. And when he did it, we were there playing a bunch of patriotic music, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, the lady or the man that was being the MC, he was like, "Now rise up and stand for your Vice President Pence." And I was like, "What? The president? Vice President's here? Oh my gosh!" So we all stopped and we started taking pictures, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I need to take out my camera. I need to start videotaping this." Not that I'm not a big fan of him, but it's kind of it feels good when you can say you accomplish something when somebody from some type of office comes in and hears you playing music.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing right there. Get your camera out, right? Real quick.
Yeah, exactly. So we stopped playing and we're like, "Oh my gosh, the vice president's here." I was like, "Yes, take a picture." And it was the oddest thing because I had my French horn player wearing pink tennis shoes, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, not at this time."
Yeah. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. It's a moment right there. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Great stuff. So, have you collaborated with any other organizations or venues right here in H Town in Houston? I mean, has that come across? Like you said, at the beginning, it was kind of rough for you right now, or when you
Right.
started out things because nobody really wanted to get involved in the or anything like that. But going forward now with what you have and you have under your belt for these quite a few couple, well, I would say a couple of years now, you've been doing Noche Tejana, right? So, has
Right.
anybody else wanted to jump aboard with you to
Um,
collab?
at this moment, I'm in the works of talking to some people, so I'm hoping, with my fingers crossed, it works. I've been to a few places, and I'm just waiting for a response. Other than that, no, not yet. I've been networking with this radio company. They are based in where are they based? They're based in Mexico, but their sister station is here in Conroe, Texas.
Okay.
I forget the name of the radio station, but the guy, he went like viral on my show that I did at the Miller. So he went Facebook Live. He recorded it and did all this stuff, and it went worldwide. It went from here all the way to Mexico. And I was like,
Wow.
oh,
Amazing.
that's pretty. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I
Huge.
was
Yeah,
like,
that was huge.
yeah, so he said he'll be here this weekend and he'll do it again. I was like, oh, and I was like, thanks for the support.
Yes, of course. Yeah, any support is, I mean, welcome. There's no doubt about that. We're here to grow the music. We're here to share, a
Yeah,
lot of the talented artists that are out there. And she's doing her part. There's no doubt about that. You, Jennifer, are doing your part to make it happen. We need more people like you in the industry. There's no doubt about that. Because again, there's some out there that just won't give the opportunity to a lot of the new artists for one, and at that. Some people you and a lot of the artists that you have, some of them are track artists, which is fine. That's where they start. You got to start somewhere. A lot of these, I mean, and they're
definitely.
amazing voices. As you're opening a door for them, at some point that other door is going to open. Where they're going to actually, get recognized because of their talents. And that's what we need.
Yep.
Because there's so many of them out there so many artists out there that need a platform. They need to shine. They need a place to play, perform, and do something like that. And this is just another great event that you have coming up this weekend as well to share some greats from right here in the city of Houston. So that's amazing, man. I'm definitely going to swing by there and check things out and
Okay.
meet some of the artists
Awesome.
there that I haven't had an opportunity to meet. So that would be pretty awesome to go out there and check it out this weekend between 2 and 8 p.m., guys. So if you're out there watching, don't forget to swing by there and check it out. And that's Make Music Day, 809 Congress. Okay, so make some plans right now and go out there. 18 and up are welcome to go out there and check things out right here in the city of Houston. Brought to you by, of course, um, Noche Tejana, I would say that. And SCP Radio guys are going to be out there, if I'm not mistaken. I believe
Yes.
they're out there. Yes, great deal.
Yes.
So DJ
Well,
Fluffy,
I'm
Play
very,
Ours guys.
yeah, I'm very thankful for SBC Radio, Mary Jane, DJ Fluffy, and Michelle.
Yes.
And the reason why I started networking with them is because they have Michelle and they have Mary Jane, and they're two females. And I told Mary
Hmm.
Jane, I said, because you and Michelle are two females, and y'all work in the in the radio industry for the Tejano music, I said, why would I not use you to help you? Because support y'all
Right.
guys because y'all are females. I can
Hmm.
get whatever male I want, and any male would be like, oh yeah, I'll do it in a heartbeat. But to get females that do what some
It's
of these male
right.
counterpoints, it yeah, I mean, you can get a male anywhere. I couldn't
Anywhere.
get much of a male. So when I remember them, and I was like, oh, just let me use them. They're awesome. They're amazing at what they do. They do my interviews. They record a lot of stuff. They sometimes go
Hmm.
Facebook Live. I mean, they're amazing at what they do, and I'm just like, you know what? Just y'all two. I don't need. Sorry, DJ Fluffy. You're awesome, but they're women. But they're women. But they're
Yeah.
women. So even
Yes.
more nicer.
You're gonna sit
It's
with
just
me in
him and
that corner over there, right?
right, exactly. So he's behind the scenes. I
Yeah.
still appreciate DJ Fluffy. He's behind the scenes, but I get his wife Michelle and I get Mary Jane.
Mary
And
Jane.
that's yeah, and that's the awesome thing because I had them at Miller Outdoor Theater, and Mary
Hmm.
Jane's like, "Oh, you're amazing, Jennifer." She goes, "You just gave us a platform that no one ever's given us before," and I'm like, "Well, I appreciate it, but I'm here for y'all guys. I'm here to help you get where you need to be at as two
Mm.
females that are helping with the radio industry.
Yeah, of course. Yes, very, very, very humble people too as well. Mary Jane's such a great person. I run into her just about every other event that we go to and whatnot.
Yes,
She
she's all
does
over
a
the world.
lot as well. Yes, she is
Yes, she
everywhere.
does.
I don't know when
Yes,
she gets rest, but
I don't think she does.
right. Yeah,
Right.
she's a tough one right there to keep
Yeah.
to keep tied up. She definitely is always on the
Yes.
run doing things right there. We got
Right.
textflowradio.com is tuned in as well. Anthony Lasola is over. I'm not sure. I guess it's textflowradio.com. So saludos. Thank you for tuning in. Um, let's see here. Let's bring it to Florida. Okay, so they're in Florida. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you,
Yes.
Chloe.
Yes, definitely want to bring that to Florida. We support New Tejano as well, so thank you for that. Of course, any of that, anything is as well. I appreciate the support, Jennifer, coming from Celeste Escobar, también, who's going to be out there this
Well,
weekend.
hi, Celeste.
Yes,
Thank you. You're very appreciated.
yes, and you guys can
And
go
then
and check her out, her performance this weekend. Okay, she'll be out there between 2 and 8. Guys, go out there and check things out. I don't think we want to. You don't have a list of who's starting and whatnot, or what show or what time and bands or something like this. Is something you're probably still
no,
working on, right?
yes, I'm still working on that. So
You,
yeah, so it's just the DJ is from 2 to 4. So I'm bringing DJ Valley. She used to be a DJ
mhm.
back in the days, and DJ Fluffy was the one that told me. I know of a female DJ that does Tejano music, and I said, "Oh, okay." So we're bringing her out of the closet from when she used to perform and do all that. Now she does something else, but I'm bringing her out, and she's coming out. Her name is DJ Valley. She's been helping me out with Noche Tejana for the last, I want to say, last 3 years. She did 2 events with me at the House of Blues, and then she was the DJ that I had out there at Miller Outdoor. And so she got
okay.
to perform a DJ set for 30 minutes at Miller Outdoor, and that was amazing because I was like, I have to put a DJ there, and it has to be a female.
Yeah. Great. Great.
I
Wonderful.
remember because
Huh?
see, I was gonna say I remember growing up and remembering Kakukuka, and I used to go
Yes.
to the radio station with my oldest sister. Love to my oldest sister, and my oldest sister used to introduce me to all her Tejano friends, all whoever that was there. So I remember Jessica Arena being probably one of the first uh, DJs, females in the industry. She used to DJ with Boogeyman and Jumpin' Jazz, and I remember all those guys when I was little. I was probably 8 years old, going to the radio station. You're like, "Ooh, this is so much fun! I want to do this." And I used to look up to Jessica, and I was like, I want to do what Jessica's doing. And then, I started hanging out with my cousin Pete, Pete Espinosa. And then I started hanging out with my cousin George, who worked for La Mafia. And it just made sense that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do what they
Hmm.
were doing. I wanted to be a
Yeah.
DJ. I wanted to be on stage. I wanted to run sound. I wanted to do this and do that. So when I went to music school and studied some music, it just made sense to me now that I follow into their footsteps years later.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And you're showing it. You're definitely showing it that it has. And I was going to ask you that earlier on. Any influences you had, before organizing these things and growing up and being, a musician as well. Who are some of your biggest influences? And you've named a couple right there as well. Any others?
Well, I would say Gloria Stefan, but I've only met her once, and it was on it was the oddest thing. I was like, couldn't remember my name. I couldn't remember who I was and where I was, but she was there, and I said, "Can I take a picture?" And I said, "And my name is," and I couldn't remember my name, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing." But I was having dinner next to her at her table, and I was like, "Who or am I again? Like, this is Gloria Stefan, but who am I? What's my name again?" I
Who-
was like so confounded. Yes, so she's
Wow.
probably, yeah, she's probably my one of my first. And I would say, my cousin George, my cousin Pete, Jessica Reina when she was DJing. Oh, I loved her when we were kids. And then Tony from La Sombra, he was a good friend of the family's growing up, so
Okay.
I would always go see him play. It was either him, or I would either go see Fiebre or Sombra or Mafia, always playing. And every time they played somewhere, we were there. They were friends of the
Yeah.
family, they were my cousins, and it was awesome. I was having a good time. So it's funny because I used to tell people, "Oh yeah, I've been to nightclubs since I was 8 years old."
Yeah, and yeah, and I was probably around that 13 at mine and at my age. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
it
I
happens
was
in the
probably
business, ladies and gentlemen. It does happen. Okay, so
yes,
there's
it
no
does.
doubt
Because I
about
was
that.
probably a kid in the nightclub listening to Tony and Sapo 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 Sapo
Yeah,
Sapo, and I was like, yeah, yeah, that's what I want to do up there. I want to be just like them up there.
yeah. La Sombra, La Fiebre, and La Mafia. Those, I mean, that's true Tejano right there for you. There's without a
It is
doubt.
right there.
You
It
know,
is.
some great bands
Yes.
right there, legendary bands. So yes, and
Yes.
Celeste says also that yes, she is awesome. She is awesome. I guess we were touching on maybe the DJ that we were talking about earlier. I believe
Oh
that's what
yes,
she's
yes,
done.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because Olivia says also she did amazing job spinning her music as a DJ. Yeah, thank you
Yes,
for
she
that,
did.
Olivia. Yes. Vic Martinez, Phoenix, Arizona is watching. We also got Luis Garcia from Rio Grande City. También is tuned in. So thank you so much, guys. Share the live, guys. Let's get this out. And so, do you plan, Jennifer, on taking Noche Tejana on the road sometime? Is that something that has crossed your mind? Is taking it out of Houston and maybe going and doing it in another city?
Somebody had asked me that. They said, "Dude, you should turn Noche Tejana into like a touring thing." And I said,
Mm-hmm.
"I wish I could if I knew people that were willing to, to invite me
True.
to their place." I've
Mm-hmm.
emailed one person in the RGV area, and they haven't emailed me back. So I just kind of was like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. When the right time, it'll happen in the right time. But if anybody's out there that wants to bring what I do, oh, I'm really welcome for it. We can talk and conduct business. We can network anywhere in the United States. I just want to be able to put female Tejano artists that sing conjunto,
Yeah.
cumbia, and Tejano on a platform anywhere and anywhere I can get my hands on.
There you go. It's amazing. She's doing great things,
Yes.
guys. So, what kind of feedback do you get from the artists or maybe some attendees at some of these events that you have had
You know,
in the past?
I had one. So I did an event at the House of Blues in the Foundation Room, and I had one conjunto artist, and she's like, "Why me?" And I said, "Well, because I like your music. I listened. I grew up listening to conjunto music, Tejano, and all that good stuff, because of my parents and my sisters. But she was like, "But why me? Like, why do you like my music? Do you? I mean, what was your purpose? Like, you're not lying to me, right?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not lying to you." So eventually, when I hired her to come perform, she got there eventually, and I welcomed her, and everything was great. And then she was going up the stairs or going up the elevator, sorry. And she was like, "I feel like this is a dream, like pinch me." And she was talking to her
Hmm.
bandmates, and she was like, "But why me? Like, you serious? Like, I'm not dreaming, right?" And I said, "No, we're in the elevator, we're going up, you're gonna run sound check, and then you're gonna come back, and then you're gonna be good." She goes, "This is a dream." And so when she got done performing, she was like, "Wow, this was amazing." She goes, "There was so many diverse people." I mean, how the foundation at the House of Blues, how it works for the foundation room, you can buy membership for the whole year, and then
Hmm.
anybody can come in and anybody can come out as long as you have your membership card. And what happens is that whatever's out on the floor playing, whether it's Tejano, rap, or rock music, or country, or whatever it is out there, people come
Hmm.
in and out. They have a nice dinner with whoever they're with, a nice elegant drink, and then they listen to what's out there. So that night
Yeah.
that I had her perform, there was a next door. There was a Irish pop rock pub, some type of Irish band, like a rock Irish band next door. And those
Hmm.
people left after they got done performing to come hear what was in the next room, which is the foundation room. So here I have these five people. They were all together. It was like a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And they heard Cindy Ramos and Su Conjunto playing, and they started dancing to her music. And she points to me. She says, "Look, these white people, they're dancing to my music. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing." She goes, "Look, look, look." She was all excited. And so
Yeah.
at the end of her performance, she was like happy tears. She was like crying. She goes, "You just gave me this wonderful platform." She was, "I can't thank you enough." She goes, "Because she goes, because you don't understand. I'm a female, and people don't want to hire me because I'm a female, and they think I can't do it
Yeah.
because I'm a female." And so at the end, she was like super, super excited. She goes, "You just don't know what you did." Then Mary Jane tells me, she goes, "You know, you just made history by putting conjunto music, not just Tejano, but conjunto music
Mhm.
inside the House of Blues." And I said, "I sure did." She goes, "Wow." She goes, "Not only did you house them, but you fed them, you gave them a platform, and you gave them a hotel." And I said, "I sure did." And she goes, "And we're thankful for that."
Wow, amazing! And right off the bat, I knew you were talking about Cindy Ramos when you said that because I remember
Yes,
the
yes,
when that was being promoted and whatnot. So yes,
yes,
always she's always sharing her stuff, and we share a lot of her stuff, and we've always shared your stuff in the past as well. Whatever we can get our hands
yes,
on is out there. So yeah, we definitely we'll continue to do so as well. But yes, Cindy Ramos is going. Yeah, great, great. I mean, that's just amazing.
yeah.
I'm glad
She's an
she
awesome
felt that
singer.
way. Very, very
Yes,
deserving. She is
yes.
another great artist. So Anthony over in Florida got his Gmail up here on the screen, so I'm going to pop it up here as well. So I believe he it's an email to email, so you guys can send him an email or whatnot right there. Textflowradio
Okay.
at gmail.com. So it's on the screen. You can go back and get that from there as well. So yeah,
Yes,
email him and
sir.
see what maybe you never know what will happen in the future. You know what I mean? To take some of this new stuff to Florida female, Noche Tejana might go on the road sometime. Who knows? You never know what can come of things right there, right? So
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
amazing. Mike Bueno is on there as well, so he's tuned in as well. Saludos, thank you, brother. Thank you for tuning in for the show. So again, we want to encourage. I mean, we can't extend the invitation um, uh, this weekend, guys. Another great event that's going to be happening. Make Music Day right here in Houston, 809 Congress Street. We want to invite you guys out there to check out some local artists that are rising right now. Okay. And also one legend and that's out there as well, the legendary Mr. Pete Espinosa will be there on hand as well to perform a few songs. So as they go out there and make plans, Celeste Escobar is going to be there. Bianca Reese, another rising star, también is going to do her performance. And I believe you said Monica Trino is going to be there.
Yes, correct.
Yes. So yeah, so go out there and check things out. So it all starts at 2 p.m. Okay, and it ends around 8. So get there and grab you a little spot and whatnot, and check out the live talent that we have here in Houston. Some of the newest to the scene right now, and Jennifer is making things happen with a lot of these female artists out there. So make plans to go out there and check it. All you guys out there that are interested in it and follow the new music and whatnot, this is going to be the place to be Saturday afternoon. What are the better way to spend your afternoon than to spend it over at what Henke and Pilot, right?
Yes,
Check it out, guys,
correct.
and 2 to 8 p.m. All right. Of course, go out there and you can meet Jennifer herself, Damien, who is a great musician. You did have classes. Now I want to ask you this. Well, we'll get to the class part here in just a bit, but you did have plans to in the past to open up your own studio and whatnot. That is that something that has still in the works?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not rich. I wish I was. I wish I was. I wish I was the lottery. If I could win the lottery, that would be nice. Yeah, so I do teach music lessons besides doing this, and so if
Hmm.
I open up my own music studio where I give music lessons and all that other good stuff, that's another goal of mine. So I do write for instance, when we did the Miller Outdoor event, I wrote out
Hmm.
all the music for the horn section. So I wrote all the
Oh
notes
wow,
out. I wrote the sheet music out. I rearranged
great.
it. I fixed them for two trumpets and a saxophone player.
Wow, wow. That is some talent right there. Yes, for sure. So, any specific memorable moments that you've had with these Noche Tejanas that you've had so far? I know you've got a lot of them. There's no doubt. And you just told me one right
Yes.
there with Cindy. That's a moment right there that you will probably cherish for
Oh
the rest
yeah.
of your life, bringing conjunto music to the House of Blues. That's one thing right there that was a great moment
Yes.
for you. I'm sure that you were beyond, excited and happy
Oh yes,
that that's something
definitely.
you didn't even know you were accomplishing that until they told you. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
things
exactly.
happen so fast, and then you're like, what? And you made history there. Yeah, so that's awesome. So any other memorable moments maybe you might have had?
Putting Tejano music at the Miller Outdoor Theater and having about 3,000 people just watching, and then having I did a small slideshow of some of our legends. So I was able to get Elsa Garcia to do a small video. I got Shelly Louders to do a small video. I got Linda how do you say her last name? The
Escobar. Is it
Yeah,
Linda
Escobar.
Escobar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I had her do a small video. I had Patsy Torres do a small video, and these are legendaries in our
Yes.
industry that they did a small video. We turned it into a slideshow, and they each said how they started their career in Tejano music.
Wonderful. Wow, that's amazing. Yes, and very, very talented and the legend artist right there, no doubt. We have La Machi and La Reina this weekend at Lola's in Riverview, Florida. Carlos Aviles. So that's what they got going on. So La Machi is another female artist going to be out there, of course, and La Reina as well this weekend there in Florida. So great deal. Yes, they're making it all the way out there. So good deal. Congratulations on that event there, guys. So yeah. Well, I mean, what's okay? So we got your Noche Tejanas. Your dates that you've had that in the past that you've already done that you're under your belt, should I say? This weekend you've got another great event. So we want to make sure people head out there and check that out. When I know it's still we haven't hit the summer yet. Well, what are we just like a couple of days into the summer right now? You know what I mean? Not
Exactly.
really officially there. We're not in the 110s, 120s yet in degree wise.
Right. Right. Right.
So
We're
it's
just in
not
the
officially
90s.
summer. Yeah. So,
Right.
do you plan to do another event after this weekend? Of course, you're always busy. You're always working on things to do things. But uh, going forward, before the year ends, obviously, I'm sure you will have another event. Or is there something in the works or planning? What's next for you?
Um, I'm hoping that I'll be able to work again. I'll be able to put another show on um, after this one. So I'm talking to a few people, and I'm having meetings with them to see if it's the right fit, if they're willing to host me or not. But other than that, yeah, I'm definitely trying to put another show on in the near future.
Wonderful. Well, we appreciate that. Appreciate you taking the time, Jennifer, to show, Houston what you're made of and what you've done and what you want to continue to do going forward. So, if anyone is interested in collabing with Jennifer, to reach out to her on social media. And connect with her. There's no doubt. I mean, she's already put it out there. If there's any venues out there, or any big sponsors that want to get involved, también, they're always welcome. And to make this another great event, to bring more talent in and whatnot. It takes a lot of preparation, and then she works hard. Countless hours around the clock, I'm sure, just to try to organize one of these events as well. It's not easy for these promoters out there and things that anybody that puts things together, and especially on a female side, because I know men do it all the time, but she's a female and she's doing it, and it's tough. It's tough. So tell me a little bit about that road right there when it comes to organizing the whole thing right there. I'm sure it busts your brain here and there sometimes, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. So you got to make sure that you bring in the right talent that that can bring in people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I think about that, and then I think about a budget. How much is it going to cost us, or the place that's trying to hire me? How much is it going to cost them? Um, what do we need? What do we don't need? And then again, if they're coming from out of town,
Mm-hmm.
somebody like from San Antonio, like when I did the Miller. I had gotten a hotel for Magali de Rosa, another artist that needed a hotel. So that's another way of thinking about it. And then I did the flyers. So when I did Miller, they have a team that does flyers for me. So I didn't have to do that. But the last
Wow.
time when I did the events at the House of Blues, I did my own flyers. So that was something that I did. But all the other, the one for Miller, they had, I mean, advertisements left and right. So we got lucky because they have like a team that does nothing but advertisement and
Hmm.
nothing but flyers, and they do it all for us. We don't have to do any of that. And I was like, and it's all for free.
Great.
So I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that's awesome. Yeah. So and they're really picky. They have strict rules, but I mean, but it was awesome because I was like so totally in awe that I had like five different people that were on like the internet, social media, um, websites, and I had that what was it, 39 WB or WC 39
Yeah.
TV.
39.
They, we did an interview with them. I did some interview with some radio station going towards Mexico City, like in actual Mexico. I mean, and so I'm thankful for Claudia de la Vasquez. She is the director for the Miller Outdoor Theater, along with Grace Chavez. And they were the ones that kind of helped me to get this started. And so
Hmm.
they all have all this wonderful platform for us. So anytime you do an event at Miller, they say we have this, and this already for you. And I was like, oh, okay. So they have an ice, um, they have a advertisement team. They got a marketing team. They got a social media team. I mean, they have everything. So you don't need to
Wow.
do nothing but bring in the artist and make sure everything runs smoothly. And then they paid for rehearsal. They paid for everything. We had two rehearsals. They paid for it. I was like, wow, this is nice. I like this. I want to do this
Wow.
again. Yes.
Yes. That's
Everything
amazing.
was cool.
That's great.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is amazing. That's great. So yes, so you never know. It can happen again. So again, she's gonna take
Yes.
this one in this weekend. After this one, take it all in, and hopefully get back to work on the next. So anybody that's interested out there, definitely reach out to Jennifer on social media, and she will definitely try to see what she can do to make things happen again. So if there's any other venues out there también that are interested in hosting Noche Tejana or anything like that, or any event that they want to put together, with you. Definitely reach out. There's no doubt about that. So, what advice would you give to any aspiring promoters or any musicians, young musicians out there, or vocalists or anything like that in the industry itself going forward? Before we go,
I always talk to the young artists that are just coming out, like that are 18 or younger, or a little older than that, in their 20s or 18. They're just starting out. They're wanting to work on their first album or CD, or they want to learn how to play keyboards, or they're playing keyboards, or they're learning drums or something. Always tell
hmm,
them, make sure that you practice, make sure that you're always putting that mindset that this is what I want to do and this is what I want to study, and you just got to concentrate on that. Don't let anybody stop you, and make sure that you you turn your music into a craft, and don't study it so hard that you get bored and then now you don't want to do it anymore. Make fun,
right,
have fun with it, because if you make it fun, it's going to last longer and you'll be doing this for a long time. Because if you make it into work, then you're like, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to do this no more. No, you got to want to do this, and you got to want to enjoy it. So do it as long as you can. Take care of yourself, be as healthy as you can, and keep studying your music. Don't never stop, because I guarantee you, just because we're all old, and as older as we get, we're still learning from somebody. I can learn from a 4 year old just as much as a 4 year old can learn from me. So I always tell
exactly.
these young artists, you have to take every advice that someone gives you, write it down, keep it in your mind, put it to your heart, and say, okay, I got to do this, I got to do this, and I got to do this.
Wonderful, great advice right there to all you youngsters out there, or anyone out there to getting their feet wet and want to get into the industry and whatnot like that. So yeah. And one last quick question for you, Jennifer. Your thoughts on the current state of Tejano music, the industry itself. Where do you think it's going? What do you think we could do different going forward to make it grow a little bit more than what it is right now? Because we definitely had a big setback, and that from years ago.
Oh,
Trying to get it
yes.
back to where it needs to be is difficult, and it has been very, very difficult of late. And we always thought, oh, it's we're getting there, we're getting there. It doesn't seem like we're actually getting to where we want to be. It's
Right.
the same
Um,
thing over and over. What are your
right.
thoughts?
Well, I think back in the, and I want to say like back in the 80s, when I was growing up, because I was born in 1980. Hey, I'm same age. But anyways, and in the 90s, it was big, and it was like the best big thing, and people were
Yeah.
wanting to collaborate with all these wonderful artists. I mean, you had Shelly collaborating with Vince Gill and Ram doing this and Mafia doing this, and and all these other stuff. But now it's like people don't even want to bother with us. So we have to
Mhm.
find a way on how we can make great music to what we think is great for ourselves or great for the artist, and try to collaborate with other artists that are from outside the genre, because maybe that can help.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be per se in Spanish, but it would prefer to be in Spanish. But if we can help stop being so high schoolish with some of these, I mean, I see it all the time. Oh, well, you're not part of my clique, so I don't want to work with you. Or
Mhm.
you're not likable here, so I don't want to work with you. So if we can stop doing that, and we can just start being a loving family in the Tejano music industry, and stop saying, well, you this, you that, or I've heard this about you, or heard this about, this person and this and that, whatever. Just
Yeah.
relax and just have fun and work with somebody. But you also want
Yeah.
to work with somebody that knows what they're doing, that has great music.
True.
I definitely don't want to work with somebody that's sounds like a dying cat. Sorry to say it, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then maybe and then maybe down the line, down the road somewhere, because you're working with one person, they might know somebody else that might know somebody bigger, and it
Yeah.
might lead to somebody like Gloria Stefan, or or Daddy Yankee, or whoever, and that would be something to look into, because you want to try to network so hard that you're going to put yourself out there.
Yeah. I'm true to that, guys. That's some great stuff right there. So take it in and just eat it up, guys. All right. So again, my guest tonight, Jennifer Lynn, right here, from Noche Tejana, doing great things. This weekend, we want to invite you guys one last time to go out there and enjoy some free live Tejano music. Okay, this weekend, 809 Congress Street, right here in Houston, Hinkey, and Pilot. It's the late night kitchen. So go out there and again, it's 18 and up. Don't miss it. This Saturday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. All right, and also DJ. What was her name again, Jennifer? What was her name?
Or DJ Valley.
DJ Valley is going to be out there as well, spinning some tunes, and she'll be kicking it off around 2 p.m. And after that, shortly after that, set, they will have some live entertainment. So make plans to go out there. Make Music Day right here in H-Town, guys. Free live Tejano music. Hope to see you guys here this weekend. I know as the SCP radio is going to be in the house, Mary Jane. It's going to be awesome. So the ladies are going to be there with you again this weekend. So make some plans. Invite your friends out there and check it out. 18 and up, welcome. So, yeah, it's going to be on. Jennifer, again, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here to talk a little bit about what you got going on and what you have planned in the future as well. So, yes, thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir.
I
You're very,
appreciate it.
very welcome. Thank you for having me, and not glad to put me on a platform.
No, and no problem at all. You're always welcome back anytime. So, yes, definitely. Again, we will see you this weekend. Yes, be safe
Yes,
and
sir.
have a wonderful night.
All right. Thank you, guys.